This is an incredibly diverse district. We have so many different neighborhoods in District 5, each with their own character and history. Well, I've lived in the district a long time. I mean, almost 30 years in District 5, been active in my community. And I've also been a tenant rights attorney, been representing and helping folks who are trying to stay in their homes, folks who are trying to resist evictions, avoid getting priced out, and really just continue to be able to thrive in this community. I did that work outside City Hall for a long time. But I finally hit a point where I got a little tired of going to politicians to ask them to do the right thing. I decided that it was time to actually throw my hat in the ring and become the decision maker. We have everything in District 5 from the Haight Ashbury, the Fillmore, Japantown, Hayes Valley, north of Panhandle, Western Addition, and the Tenderloin, all within this district.
I'm Christin Evans. I'm a resident and small business owner here in the historic Haight Ashbury neighborhood. I own the Booksmith and the Alembic. Haight Ashbury is a unique place. It was the most colorful part of the city when I was a kid. I ended up moving here and owning a bookstore here, which was the dream. We have people of all walks and visitors and tourists from around the world that come to the Haight Ashbury. They're coming sometimes to see the history of the neighborhood, the rock stars, Janis Joplin's house, Grateful Dead house. People are very much free-spirited. Here we have many secondhand clothing stores. People are really eco-conscious. And so we have people that are enjoying the vibrancy of the street. And it's as much a place to shop as it is a place to also people watch. So while you're doing that, stop, have some lunch. We have Dragon Eats, which is a fun banh mi restaurant. Cha 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 is a neighborhood classic. They have a place right next door that is Cuban, Puerto Rican style food called Parada 22. That's really yummy. I could go on about all the really great, delicious places to try in the Haight. I'm part of the Haight Ashbury Merchants Association, and we work on really promoting our corridor as a destination. People don't just come to Haight Street to one destination. They come and they visit 3 or 4 different places when they come to visit. So if we have vacancies, we have fewer reasons why people are coming to the street. We had 21 vacancies going into the pandemic. That increased to 32 during the pandemic. And so one of the things that we had been advocating for was a storefront vacancy tax. So voters passed Prop D, and that has really reduced the number of vacancies. We've gone from 32 down to 14. You should definitely come to the Haight Ashbury, enjoy our beautiful weather, get a meal on Haight Street, shop at our beautiful boutiques.
Got so many things that we've been active on that I'm very proud of. District 5 has gone above and beyond to do our part in creating a network of slow streets and safe streets across the city. And Page Street has been one of our big successes. So you see bikers and pedestrians out on Page Street, and it's been the most successful slow street in the city, as well as the Golden Gate Greenway, car-free Hayes, parts of the city that used to be where folks were afraid of being hit by cars and now are part of actually safe routes for people to walk and bike.
After having lived all over the city, I wanted somewhere where I never needed to use a car. And I also wanted somewhere where I had a little bit of separation from my job, which was downtown. So I kind of drew a 25-minute radius around downtown, and Hayes Valley seemed to fit the bill. I found this neighborhood really felt like kind of the most community I've experienced. You know, people tend to linger. It reminds me a little bit of a European city. You see a lot of people just hanging out outside, and you kind of pass people and you get to know people in the neighborhood. It's a pretty special environment. One of my favorite landmarks is where we're standing, Patricia's Green. You know, it's the former site of the freeway. It's named after Patricia Walkup. She was part of a group of people that led the movement to get the freeway taken down. And this with the Embarcadero is one of the best examples of what happens when you remove a freeway and give space back to people. There's tons of places to shop and eat, pretty much something for everybody here. My friend's kid had their first birthday party last week, and I walked into Fiddlesticks and got a present for them. If it's warm like today, you can pop over to Hometown Creamery and get some ice cream. Another favorite is Mercury Cafe, which is a few blocks down Octavia. And another favorite is Hayes Valley Bakeworks, where they not only have like incredible baked goods and breakfast and sandwiches, but they employ and train at-risk and disabled people. So there's a real social angle to what they do. Every Friday, Saturday, since COVID, the 400 block of Hayes Street between Octavia and Goff is pedestrianized. So we open it up for people. Sometimes we have bands. It essentially doubles the size of our town square. So for anybody in D5 or anywhere around the city, it's really a great gathering space to just kind of linger. You don't even necessarily need a plan, just kind of come and hang out.
Fillmore is in the heart of District 5, one of the last remaining black neighborhoods in San Francisco. Went through really challenging periods in redevelopment and so much displacement. But in the last few years, we're seeing a lot of new businesses open there.
I'm Ericka Scott, and we are here at Honey Art Studio. I grew up here in the neighborhood, and I feel really fortunate to have my business here. We are a multi-purpose place. We teach art classes, and we also have live entertainment and community meetings. It's a private event space. The history of the Fillmore dates back generations before me. Well, that was a big part of our studio here. There's a book, The Harlem of the West, and that book depicts what the Harlem of the West was, which is the Fillmore, and people really from all over the world would come here. It was a huge jazz scene. I mean, just everything. This was the place to be, to experience black culture and just to live, you know. I definitely wanted to give honor to that. Closer to my generation, there's new businesses. We have something really special and really unique, which is In the Black. Sits on the corner of Gary and Fillmore. It is a home to, I believe, 30 entrepreneurs. It's like a marketplace. It's super cool. A lot of the things are either custom or just really unique. It's Jazzy's Hair Salon, and Jazzy Hair Salon, I believe they're applying for a legacy business ownership because they've been in business, I believe, for over 25 years. There's lots of cottage and home-based businesses.
I'm Brother Marquise Muhammad, known as Brother Muhammad here in the Fillmore since 1999. Been established here since 1999, selling my products as you see, my body oils and cosmetic items, clothing, etc. So how's it going?
It's going good.
Good to see you.
Good job.
I still have my old customers that still come and support. So there's still from them a sense of community. We have little remnants of that old, I call it the old vibe here.
So come visit the Fillmore. It's the famous jazz district, and we still have elements of that. You want to come and experience it. Friendly people, and this is a place where you'll take a piece of San Francisco, a piece of the Fillmore right back with you.
Since 2022, when there was redistricting, the Tenderloin district was added to District 5. And so that brought in entirely new communities. We have amazing history, really. Veterans Alley is in the Tenderloin. We recently renamed Shannon Street there into Veterans Alley to honor a mural project that is really incredible, started by a man named Amos Gregory. Veterans just started doing murals in what was a blighted alley at the time, and it's become a real gathering place for veterans to express themselves and connect with each other. I was involved in helping the Tenderloin Museum get off the ground, and exciting to see all the amazing programs there.
So the Tenderloin Museum has a permanent collection about the history of the neighborhood, and we also have a community art gallery featuring Tenderloin artists and other artists working on projects in the neighborhood. We've really become known for having historically inspired arts programs. And that's something that makes us very unique. We're currently producing a play about the Compton's cafeteria riot. We strive to work with as many neighbors and neighboring organizations as possible to create really diverse programming for a diverse neighborhood. Tenderloin's an incredibly close-knit community. In just the almost decade I've been working here, you're able to really make so many connections with people. Aunt Charlie's is an incredible neighborhood working class drag bar, and it's the last queer bar in the Tenderloin neighborhood, which was the first queer neighborhood in San Francisco. Counterpulse is an incredible organization that shows experimental performing arts, and they've been great partners and do a lot for the neighborhood. We have Little Saigon, and Saigon sandwiches, the Vietnamese sandwiches, I think are one of the classic staples of Tenderloin cuisine. And Yemen Kitchen is a restaurant that opened in the neighborhood actually that I highly recommend. The Phoenix Hotel is such a Tenderloin legacy business. Yeah, that brings in people into the neighborhood that might not normally stay here. There's so much more to the Tenderloin than what you read about in the news. Come visit the Tenderloin Museum and hear more of the story from the people who live here themselves.
Probably the most unique feature in Japantown is the Peace Pagoda, which was built as part of the Japan Trade Center. The other is the Japan Center itself. It's the oldest indoor shopping mall in San Francisco. It was built in the late 1960s. Despite all the changes Japantown's been through, it's really still an authentic Japantown. It's still a Japanese American community. So you could still find a lot of Japanese American food here. Japanese ice cream stores that are really popular. We have what's called matcha drinks here. The other thing that's become really popular here in Japantown is all of the new ramen shops that have opened up. Before every Japanese restaurant had ramen, it was just anything you could order, but now it's all specialized ramen. So they come from different parts of Japan and they feature their hometown style of ramen. It's a really safe place to hang out. But you come down here and you'll get a sense of the Japanese American history and culture just by being down here. It's just one of the great places to visit in San Francisco.
District 5 is an incredible and diverse district with so much to offer for residents and to visitors. And I always encourage folks, come visit and really experience the amazing people and small businesses of this district.